Okay, Abed, hi everyone. We're back apparently. Thank God. Now it's on
Uh,
Zoom. I know everyone was excited for that.
Yeah,
Anyways, man,
it's
Abed, how
like
are you?
COVID again.
Yeah, it's like COVID, man. The
We
thing,
recording short videos.
man, no, actually, this time is gonna be better than COVID because I'm not gonna be masturbating live, apparently.
Oh, nice.
And
I don't know if you know this. There's a about like this like you never performed online.
I never, no, no, no.
Man, it is horrible and amazing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I maybe we talked about this before, but like
I
there was
don't remember on the
uh,
podcast. I remember you told me about it, yeah, before.
yeah,
But yeah.
like Stuart Goldsmith, he had like his own like Zoom stand-up, and there were
Mm-hmm.
like a few hundred people. But every now and again, because he like the password, I think got he put it on Twitter, so everybody had the password.
Mm-hmm.
So he would get like small those like rectangles of people masturbating.
Man,
Yeah, I will never forget because he said, and now we know why you never put anything on Twitter.
on Twitter, yeah. It's I remember I like the most I did on Zoom was the high school. Like I had like the 1 year of high school on Zoom.
Uh-huh.
I hated it out. Like I don't even know how people can masturbate on Zoom. Like I would have my mic turned off. I would have no camera, but
Uh-huh.
in my head I'm still paranoid that they somehow will like something is gonna unlock it. Like a new fucking feature is gonna unlock at my computer, and there's gonna be a
Uh-huh.
camera. So what I would
Oh
do
yeah.
is I would go to my neighbor's kitchen and masturbate. I don't know, like just to
But
feel safe.
my cousin, he used to like to put these small papers
Tape.
on. Yes.
Ah, yeah, yeah. I know people who like I get it for Zoom if you're like you don't want something to happen on your camera, but like there's some people who are like the government is spying on me through this camera.
Have you ever have you ever just wanted to ask them why would they spy on you?
That's always my question. Like you're a nobody. Like
Yeah.
no, no, I'm not denying that the government can spy on you from your camera. Like, but if you're I don't know, like someone who they want to spy on, basically, like
Yeah, yeah, like us.
yeah,
Hey, man, you never know. Maybe like tomorrow you'll become a revolutionary of stand-up or something. You know?
hope
You'll do one joke, man. One joke.
it only takes one joke and you're
Yeah.
gonna blow up. Anyways, Abed, how have you been doing? You're back in the motherland,
And I'm back in motherland, Jordan.
motherland, Jordan. I want to know. I thought it was funny because we were talking before. You told me like as soon as you got there, I found the stand-up place. I'm doing stand-up,
Yes.
and like maybe like a week or two later, you're like they closed.
Oh, not a week or two later, like a month later.
Oh, a
But
month later.
yeah, yeah, they closed, and I was like, it's my fault.
What happened? You like
So, mm, like, so the stand-up scene is in Jordan. It's very interesting.
hmm
There is one group, a man comedy club, and they're doing such a good job, like for maybe like three or I don't know, like a few years. Yeah, they've been doing it, and they bring comedians, like for example, Arabic comedians. They brought
hmm
uh, two or three like like known, famous English comedians.
hmm
But the Jordanian public. So, for example, if you need to bring a superstar who just pure in English to fill the room, or you need to bring a famous comedian as like because there's a difference between famous and superstar.
hmm
You need to be a famous slash well-known comedian who has an Arabic audience or who talks about cultural Arab things
hmm
to be able to fill a room.
Uh,
But this is for English.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, what they were trying to do, they were trying to at last they understood, oh, there's a concept of open mics because
So beforehand, they like
I
how
don't think
many
I don't
years with
think
no open mics?
I don't think they had open mics. What they had were workshops,
Ah.
and but like I can see some of the comedians, like the famous Jordanian comedians who perform in Arabic,
hmm
who probably started there, and now they're like well known. They fill theaters, like
Mm.
400 to 800 seater.
Okay, that's cool.
you know. Um, and I think, if I am not mistaken, they help each other,
Mm-hmm.
so they help each other, right? And they're pretty funny, especially for an Arabic audience. It's exactly what an Arabic audience wants, like cultural stuff, um, uh, talking about like the Palestine things that
Mm.
we have, like, which is basically comedy, like observational comedy, let's say.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
like mostly, that's what I noticed. It's mostly observation comedy and not stories.
Actually, that's the same thing I noticed about like the Egyptians are doing it. Like I usually get like some Egyptians on my like reels and stuff, and they're
Uh-huh.
all like observational, which is
You know, uh,
weird.
you can find the storytellers,
Mm-hmm.
which is and they're still like really really good. You know, uh, now then I think they understood. Oh, we need open mics.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to start English comedy. So to start English comedy, you need like people who want to perform. So you need to attract them to tell them, hey, you can perform and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they started this, and I think like there were open mics, but when I came, there was an open mic that was ongoing, and I was very happy. I went there. Um, the first day, it was like full room,
Okay, that's good.
about 10 people. No, I'm joking. No,
Okay, how big is the room basically?
so the room is, you can say you can fit 25 to 30 people.
Okay, okay, it's like
Like this is easily, and if they like put more chairs, you can fill like a proper thing.
mm. Okay, that's good, good,
You
good.
know, there's a sadly there's kind of a downside to it. It is mostly Arabic audience, Arab speaking audience.
Mm-hmm.
The first day there were many English speakers.
So
Yeah,
wait, but the open mics were in English or were
they were in Arabic,
in Arabic? Okay.
and it
But you
was
did English or what did
I
you?
performed in English, me and one other comedian, Yusuf Hindi. Uh,
Okay.
you know, like we performed in English. So and they were laughing. It was cool. The second week, because it was like only once.
Once a week. Yeah.
The second week, there were like uh, there were 10 to 12 people, and only five uh,
Spoke English.
yeah, people who spoke English.
Uh,
You know, plus the idea of an open mic. Remember, I was telling like you have hosts who host for open mics, and you have hosts who host like
or
for
big
special
shows.
shows.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And there's a little difference between them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So what happens in the open mics, they don't know how to host an open mic. Even one of the comedians who was there, he's an experienced comedian and he's a professional comedian. You know,
Okay.
he told me I don't host open mics. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? You know,
So why didn't you host?
because I am very new. I'm like the and
Ah,
and I was trying like to become the host of that and all of that, and that's when they closed.
goddamn. But why did they close? Like money problems or?
So that's the thing. So in Jordan is a very
Mhm.
interesting country. Um, if if rain doesn't fall in the Amazon forest, they raise taxes.
Mm. Okay, so yeah.
It's literally like like taxes raised everywhere. And if you have like such a bar or whatever and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
you get taxed like you have to pay basically. And how many people come to that bar, from what I noticed, were low.
Mm.
I became friends with the owner and we talked and all of that. And he was telling me like how dishes and everything. But from my experience and what I've seen, I was really expecting it to close,
Okay.
but I wasn't expecting it to close that soon,
That's on
you know. But however,
Mm-hmm.
um, on Monday they're reopening the open mics
Oh,
in a different place. Yeah,
a different venue. Okay, that's good, good, good. And in English and Arabic.
it will be in Arabic.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to now like write in Arabic,
Okay.
uh, like ideas, everything. And now I need to kind of compile them into like a proper set. At least I
Mm-hmm.
can do like a 2, 3 minute, like, because it has to be jokes, 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 jokes.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I guess my next question, I feel like I'm interviewing you, but yeah, just because I'm I'm interested. How much of your jokes you had to throw? Because I know your jokes, you're not really, I wouldn't say you're topical to like the Russian audience. You don't joke about topical stuff, but you have some jokes. Did you have to throw them away or?
So I'll tell you how it is. It's not that it was eye-opening, but I should have expected it. I should have anticipated it. For example, like people don't know a lot of things because they've never been in it.
Mm,
Example would be, what if you talk about a girlfriend? You
uh,
know?
but
And
like girlfriends is like, I guess you could say like universal, you know?
universal, but what is universal? So, for example, they wouldn't know that you, for example, what dating a Russian would be, but they would know about snoring.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So there are specific things that they don't know. Another example would be um, policemen stopping a person. Yeah,
that's what they would know definitely.
nobody knows about this.
Nobody? Oh
Nobody.
shit.
The only thing they know about is,
Uh-huh.
um, for example, traffic police. You
Traffic
know,
police.
yeah,
Okay.
because there's a kind of it's a funny thing in Jordan. Like whenever there's traffic, which in Jordan is almost all the time. I am not joking, Omar. It's like at 8, at 9, at 10, at 11, 11:30, 12. There's always traffic.
Yeah. I know. Same thing in Egypt. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like in Russia. We had like if there was traffic, you can just sit like okay, it's 2, 3 hours. In Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
you have to put your foot on the gas and then on the brake and then shift
Mm-hmm.
the gear and then like man, it's like you get very angry just like moving inch and inch and inch,
Uh,
just a little
you
bit of yeah,
you travel in Jordan by car, yeah?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Ah,
for my
okay.
work and all that. So in Jordan, when there's traffic, instantly you will hear someone say, "There's probably a policeman at the end of this,"
Mm.
you know.
Ah, you have like same thing like the police they had to just because I want to let's make a check like a checkpoint here.
Not even checkpoint. It's just a traffic policeman, and he's
Uh,
like letting the cars pass or
yeah,
something.
got you.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's bad. It is insane how like there was one point where you we stopped for 30 minutes
Mm-hmm.
and the cars on one lane were moving and the cars on the other lane were not. It's because he was closing that lane for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no point in closing it.
Yeah, I got you. Well,
You know? And it was just so funny that every car just looked at this policeman with so much love and passion.
mm,
So that thing they would understand. Another example would be
mm-hmm.
uh, the streets. Yeah. In Jordan, we have something which is very funny. Maybe in Egypt you guys have it. The the lines, the road lines on
The
the street.
zebra cross lines, yeah?
No, 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 not zebra crossing, just the road line.
Ah, like the splits
On,
the lanes?
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, lane lines. I don't know what they're called. So these in Jordan, like in a lot of areas, they're almost like faded out.
Oh, same thing in Egypt.
Same thing in Egypt, right?
Same thing in Egypt. Yeah.
So if you joke about this, they would understand. But
Ah,
if you joke about something on the road to Russia, they will be like, oh, but like, what's the like? They don't get it, you know.
mm,
That's the thing that I noticed, and I should have like anticipated. So zebra crossing. Let's talk about zebra crossing. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
in Jordan, uh, like because we're such good planners, we have almost non-existent zebra crossing.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like these bridges above the road,
Yeah.
and when you have to climb these small stairs, man, and like literally, if you fall, you will just keep on falling. You will fall straight, you know, to be becoming a paraplegic.
Nice.
Okay. Uh, so you like climb. So the zebra crossing, a joke about zebra crossing, they would get only because of the if you emphasize it.
Mm,
But you expecting them to like instantly understand. what's a zebra crossing? What the word in English? Zebra crossing. They don't.
Ah. Yeah, yeah. Actually, like because you said like something about you think people are gonna get it, but they don't.
Yeah.
I had a similar thingy which I thought everyone's gonna agree with. Apparently, no. Which is I say like for a bit of mine, I say, I, do you guys agree that if a bad person does something that's ultimately good for humanity, he should be forgiven? And for me, like the answer is always yes.
Uh-huh.
Every time I ask this question, I hear people yell out, no, no, no. And I'm like, really? Like, I thought like
So
standard.
so so let me guess. So if Elon Musk now feeds a child, he can be forgiven for Donald Trump winning?
Did he win?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God,
Oh,
man, you're so optimistic.
like the I thought he got shot like yesterday. That's my,
Well, he got shot to presidency. That's what he got.
yeah. Wow, man.
Oh
Oh,
man, it was. You know what was so funny for me? The whole
uh-huh.
time, okay, of course, uh, like for me, it was so obvious he's gonna win because
Yeah,
let's be honest, United States, you guys would never put someone in presidency who's a female.
really? He thinks that? Yeah.
Well, the thing, you know what's the thing is?
Uh,
Because you look what the difference between the campaigns. Donald Trump was like being a bully,
mm-hmm.
but he was like, I'm gonna like feed you guys. I'm gonna, economy. And Harris was all about identity politics.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, like, of course you're like nobody gives a crap about this.
You
But
know, no, like the worst thing about the Trump, well, it's not about even Trump, but like I know like comedian Andrew Schultz
uh
has his podcast and he invited Donald Trump on it. And
uh
as soon as they upload the video, the venue he was supposed to film his special on told him, "Hey man, like sorry, but like basically you did like this podcast with Donald Trump. We don't want to do it with you anymore." And
really,
I think it's weird because like you if he invites Donald Trump on his podcast, it doesn't mean like he agrees with him. He just
yeah. But
wants views, wants to
man,
hear the guy out.
that was what's so funny for me is that people got like Harris got Beyonce, you know,
Yeah.
to campaign for her, and Donald Trump went to Joe Rogan.
Donald Trump got what's his name? Tony Hinchcliffe. And
Oh, you
he got
watch it?
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, I watched the clip first and then I was like, "Oh shit, let me check it out." And then I checked out. Honestly, I think personally I think it's taken a bit out of context.
Yes, that's
I
it. It's not in its place. It's not in a stand. Like it's not in a,
yeah.
you
And,
know.
even the clip of itself like when he says uh, pile of trash in the ocean, Puerto Rico, blah blah blah.
Uh-huh.
Like I really think it's again, I agree with you. It's not place to do stand up, but it's
Yeah.
also like, yeah, you just took out a like he doesn't really shitting on. I think I don't know, man. I think it's just taken out of context. Just
Yeah.
I thought he
Like
was gonna lose because of that, honestly.
no. There's nobody gives a crap about this. Like you know when they say like, oh, he like for example, they will like for example, Americans will vote about Palestine and Israel, or they will vote about Ukraine and Russia. You know,
Mm-hmm.
no, Americans and even people, any person would want. They want to eat. They want to live.
Yeah,
You
true.
know, which was like it was funny for me that anybody thought she was gonna win. I was like, no, really? That's funny. That's funny. And I'm in Jordan, and I know whoever gets voted, they're gonna raise taxes here anyway.
Taxes for
So,
you, yeah. Uh,
you know, so that's it. Like it was just interesting, like to watch it, to everything. And
mm.
I love like she brought Beyonce. Like who's who is going to vote for you because of Beyonce? But Joe Rogan is, to be honest, like people would consider him a man of the people. A
Yeah,
man,
technically. Well,
You know?
Joe Rogan. Well, there's even like this whole thing you can find on YouTube. It's called like Joe Rogan effect comedians or whatever the fuck that like people say. Oh, if like Joe Rogan has you twice on his podcast, psh,
Yeah.
you're instantly famous, basically.
No, no, no.
So yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Joe Rogan is, but also like I hate the kind of people who I hate like let's say you support this artist let's say for example Beyonce, yeah, but then
Yeah.
Beyonce is like goes to Harris, but you want to support Donald Trump, so you stop being a fan of Beyonce. I think it's just stupid. Like why can't we have like different people but like your music? Like, I don't know, man. I think it's leave the fucking celebrities out of the politics. I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Man, imagine if in like in Jordan or in Egypt, they do the same.
I was about to say like the same thing, but there's
You
also in
know?
Jordan and Egypt there's only one candidate, so
Yeah.
everyone is gonna support the same.
Wait. What's that word candidate? But anyways,
Candidate, it means can dictate the future of the country. Oops, shit.
oh yeah, break my face.
Oh yeah, yeah, broke a leg. Anyways, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah. Just doing the due diligence of what do you call it? Of saying that we're back. Instagram stories and whatever.
Oh, nice. Hello, people. Instagram. Hello, how are you guys doing?
Nobody can hear you. I'm just gonna do a picture.
Oh, okay. Anyways,
Yeah,
yeah, we have people. If you're listening to the episode, we have a lot of cool comedians coming on. Hopefully,
hopefully.
Abed's been doing a great job
Yeah.
meeting new
Oh
people.
man, it is to be honest, it's like as I said, like one of my friends, he was
Mm-hmm.
telling me like after like yesterday was my 100th reel,
Ah,
you
oh,
know?
your 100 real.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Nice.
consecutive. I like every day. And it was so hilarious because like one comedian, Natalia,
Mm-hmm.
she sent me her tips and they were like, man, like very funny, you know?
Natalia Karchmarek, yeah?
No, no, no.
Ah, I think
One
I
second.
understood who you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Very funny. Like the clips themselves. The problem is it's like too long. And I was like, okay, I just like put my editions of how I react to her thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like 2 minutes or something. And I just like, and I was on Reels and they like posted it, just like did the AI captions, which are very funny, man. Listen, I'll tell you something. Try this, especially on Instagram. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
try to post a reel and put AI captions, the captions from
From
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah,
Ah,
and read them. They are so funny.
they
Like,
fuck it up?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They always
Ah.
fuck up stuff, but you can like edit it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but
I know
but
same thing with YouTube as well, by the way. Like so.
yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, there are so many, sorry, ideas for jokes that are funny. This is no insult, but this is what the AI did. Like one comedian, when he sent me his tip, he says Slovakia, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and the AI translated to slow pokes.
Slowpokes?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just funny for me, man. Like how it messes up the,
Yeah. Well,
you know.
uh,
But yeah, so like because of these like the reels and everything, I
mm-hmm.
connected with so many comedians from all over the world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What like what I do, like when I post the tip, I see like who likes it, and I see, oh, this is a comedian. I just
Mm-hmm.
like do, and I send them like, hello, can you like I'm doing this tips on reels on Instagram. Would you like to participate? All of them said yes. Not one of them
Nice.
told me like to piss off or whatever. Super nice people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Nice, nice.
but because they're a bit busy, so they're like in the process of sending me.
Mm-hmm. But like, how do you like? So you feel like by posting on Instagram regularly, you've been reaching more people, yeah?
I'll be honest with you. I think so. One mistake. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
mistake. So I'm doing these reels in English, and I'm putting my location Amman, Jordan.
Ah.
Who am I gonna reach? You know, those reels for me were not about me reaching people, although I should like focus on that. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But it was just about me because if I have like free time, I have to use that free time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know?
So. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you haven't been performing a
but
while, yeah, so
yeah,
you
yeah, but
can do
for
some.
what the one thing that I noticed, which everybody else like
Mm-hmm.
what Bilal, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot to do one thing.
Take your time.
I forgot to tag you. There's something I should have done correctly. Um, so
Mm-hmm.
one second. How do I do? Oh, okay. Delete, delete. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So um, yeah, for example, cats. You will get people out of nowhere.
What do you mean, cat?
So if you post a cat about
Ah, yeah,
cat
yeah, yeah.
thanks, she's not here.
Yeah, 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 got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You will get people out of nowhere. And
Mm-hmm.
we have a saying in Arabic, جبنا سيرة القط إجا ينط. Just spoke of the cat and she's here jumping.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, she just showed up jumping. So mostly it's what like so cats will bring you views, let's say,
Yeah, yeah,
you know, and that's it.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, so how are you, my man?
I am doing great. Man, honestly, you wanna know something?
Yeah.
So since you left, I've been
Ah,
taking you can say like a bigger
ah,
role in promoting and
uh-huh.
organizing shows.
Yeah.
I learned a really important, it's not even a comedy tip, it's just like a rule for life.
Uh-huh.
And people listen to this carefully. Don't trust anyone. Like if you want to do something, do it yourself, man.
Hmm.
You know about like what's been happening. We've been organizing this like roast battle for our community,
Yeah.
and man, is it is a pain in the ass. Um, I actually like yesterday I found out something. So I post like with like reminders on our on a chat, like hey people, I'm available. If you don't have experience roasting, come text me. We can meet and write. And apparently, what the people want me to do is they want me to run after them and text them, "Hey, let's meet up and write."
Yeah.
I like literally found out that like about that yesterday. Like
Yeah.
I was like a person I was talking to this person. And he go, "You didn't text me to write. How do you want me to write?" And I'm like, "Really?" And it's just like a
Yeah.
pain in the ass. One comedian wants me to pay him. One comedian wants me to. I swear, yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you about it.
Yeah.
I almost like had a fight with one comedian because well thank God I didn't because I wanted him to do the show because if he quits it's gonna be just trouble finding a replacement. But I text him like, hey man, can you do like a promotional video for the show? And he just sends me this wall of text. He goes, it's a free show. It's only for only like for 30 people. If I make a show and I post it on my Instagram, more people are gonna watch it. I don't want that. And I'm like, what? And then he goes, you're not paying me, and I didn't understand shit. And almost wanted to tell him, man, who the fuck are you for me to pay you?
Yeah. Oh, that man, that those that phrase, so many times I wanted to write it to some people.
Who the fuck are you? Yeah.
Yeah, like what? Even like it's an sorry for interrupting you, it's just a bit annoying because I remember like the known comedians who we performed with,
Mm,
and not one of them like, you know,
asks for payment. I know
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, like if they say like, hey, if you want to pay, like if there isn't, I don't mind. I'm just doing this for me to become better, you know?
Yeah, but I also understand the paid comedians in a sense, because like we pay them around like $20, yeah, which for them is like not they make more than that
Yeah,
apparently, but
yeah,
like
yeah.
for some of other comedians they might like, oh, like $20 is good basically.
But the thing is, like, sorry for interrupting you, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
the thing, what for example, we did a big show with two comedians. You know,
Mm-hmm.
this was like no over a year and a half ago. and we got like a lot of money from it. And when
Mm-hmm.
I texted like, "Hey, how much? Like we got this. How much should I send you?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one comedian like he was like, although it was a big sum, it was like a big sum amount at that time when the ruble was fine.
Ah, okay.
Well, fine.
1972.
Yeah, yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and he was like, no. But I sent him anyway, and when I sent to the other like well-known comedian who had a concert, the tickets for his concert were 6,000 to maybe 12,000. And when I
Mm.
sent him like the amount of money, he actually texted me back. He was like, "Yo, man, I think you mistook a zero."
Yeah. Oh, damn. Wow.
You know, like they don't get it. For them, this is us becoming better, and we are here. Like, thank you for the opportunity. Like that's the thing. Thank you for the opportunity. That's what I was told. I was like, fucking hell, man.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. I mean, I hoped that that would be the same thing with the people, because like we don't have like special shows. We do the same open
yeah,
mic, so I thought it would be cool opportunity for them to first of all learn how to write roasts.
yes,
But no, they don't give a fuck. They think they're professionals, unfortunately. But yeah.
yeah.
Oh
Which is well,
shit! God damn it!
don't worry about it.
My
Which is
knees. I
which
have.
is which is
Uh,
actually like it's great to have the mentality of a professional. At the same time, like this is my it's like my thing like the thing I believe in comedy is that ego has to be like
to the
chill out
side.
with your ego.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
But it's also good to have an ego. Like it helps. Like I think if your ego gets crushed, if you have a big ego and it gets crushed, it's gonna force you to be better. But it's also like again,
But
I guess my question would be, when have we, like, I know you used to do it a lot, where when a comedian kills, you pay him extra or stuff like that. So like the comedians should know that, hey, motherfuckers, when we have money and when we have the opportunity to pay you, we pay you usually. Like,
you know what I think? Sometimes I think because maybe I had that mentality at one point
mm-hmm,
until like I discovered like there are so many people who are like more hardworking, funnier, and everything and all that. Is is that they want to get paid really fast just to say that they have become a professional. That's the thing. That's the difference.
mm,
Uh, like we remember we used to say this is are you a comedian or are you playing comedian?
comedian, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, and for not of course this is not a generalization, but sometimes you notice that this I am playing a comedian is very is there, and that's where the ego comes in. You know, when you ask a comedian like who they didn't do well, you know, they
Ah, yeah.
say, I killed, or you ask another comedian and they say, oh, I did okay, you know, and you're like, wait, but you have to do like your best, and then like you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, 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 always.
Uh,
Well, I hate like I don't mind that I did okay in the sense because they don't. Well, I know, I remember you had told me this one story, which is like let's not mention it, but like a fellow comedian, he performs at like the big stage, like the stand-up
uh,
store, and he comes up to you and he says, "Oh man, I think I did okay." And for in your head, you took it as in, is that like all you can do? Like I want you to do more than okay, but also like when he says I did okay, is I don't think he kept that means he's proud of what he did. You know what I mean? I hate that
yeah,
I killed even though he did okay, or even though he bombed. Like this one I hate because
you
it's like,
know, yeah, it's but then again, like sometimes
yeah.
I always look at it if what do people want from comedy, you
Mm-hmm.
know? For us, we want it to be like in the forefront. You know, for them, it's just maybe an afterthought, or maybe performing in a different language is just an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right? Like I think you have how do you say stalk about? I forgot how
Uh, headbutt.
headbutt. You headbutt with this notion of comedians who tell you why should I perform in English?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I've been talking to a bunch of comedians. I convinced one guy. Like, yeah, I mean, usually I just tell them, man, it's just like an experience for you. Like,
Yeah.
I think
And
something you should experience like once, at least once in your life, just to see. Like, I think it's cool to perform in English. It's better than any other language, in my opinion.
I remember when I left before leaving Russia, I
Mm-hmm.
remember there was a comedian who told me uh, that she should have listened to me when I was pushing her to perform in English.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't think she performs in English because she was like traveling and she wants to perform in how do you call it, in a different language. But she was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, and now it's too late." I was like, "No,
It's never too late, but yeah, but
exactly." Like it's never too late. And you have all of these open minds. But then again, it's people busy, all that. But like again, when we performed in Russian, like remember we like for me it was a realization I cannot become better if I only perform in English.
yeah.
Like you have to play a smarter opponent to become smarter. That
Well,
basically.
it's we're talking about just to clear, but like you're talking about in case of when you're performing in Russia, for example. Yeah,
Yeah,
you had to play better opponents. Yeah, I agree with
yeah.
you. Yeah.
You know, you have to see, and the experience from the VK Fest, the first VK Fest, when I sat there and I saw comedians from outside Moscow, from like Volgograd, from I forgot where that comedian was from. Um, but anyways, like I was just like, what? These guys are so funny,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like like so cool. Like their jokes were on point, really quick, and all of that. Although again, same style, whatever. But I saw, sorry, the the dark comedian,
Mm-hmm.
really dark comedy, and it was very funny. And I
Mm.
remember the judges at that time, they were telling like uh, there was not like in his how do you call it, motor, like there were like 10 comedians who were performing
Mm-hmm.
in his group, let's say.
Yeah.
Out of the 10 comedians, he was the only dark comedian, and it was so noticeable that he was the only dark comedian.
Mm.
Another idea was like, for example, Andrei Karchevsky, the
Mm.
one-liner comedian.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Literally, you can like count them, especially people with his rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
You can see one-liners, but it's not as Karchevsky's rhythm. Like they do a one-liner, then they change topic to the next one line. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Karchevsky, for example, I remember he had a story about spider. He had not story. He had jokes about spiders, one-liners about spiders.
Yeah, yeah, but there are a couple in a row. Like, and they can't tell a story in it to itself.
Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
continue with it. So like him, I remember I wouldn't have understood that until I saw him at the VK Fest, and the judges were like, "You're the only one-liner comedian we see."
Yeah. 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 I remember with Karchevsky, like I saw like his video. Maybe Andrei Karchevsky, super funny comedian. Maybe we'll invite him
No, I
someday.
hope so.
But yeah, I remember he was. They asked him how what kind of comedy you do. He's like one-liner comedian, and they're like, oh, one-liner super hard to do. How often does it take you to do a joke? And he goes, some jokes I've been doing for like 3, 4 years. Some jokes I just wrote this morning. And man, I just thought it's super funny that it takes him like it takes everyone a long time to fucking write, man. There's this documentary I wanted to check out by Mark Normand. It's called Page to Stage.
Oh,
$3. You can get it on Punch Up. I couldn't get it because they don't accept Russian cards in
okay.
abroad anymore. But it's basically the process. It's like the documentary Comedian by Seinfeld. But it's just
Uh-huh.
the process of writing one joke. And
Yeah.
from what I heard, it took him like 6 months. Like it's just 6 months of him doing the same joke to make it polished and ready to be on a special, basically.
I know this about Christopher Titus.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a show, I think it was 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Probably, yeah, 2012 or 13. Um, what He had a joke that it was one of his first jokes 25 years before.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, why do we need comedy? That's the context of the
The
joke,
premise, yeah.
premise of it. And he only did it in a special after 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he had like already seven, like six or seven specials,
Special.
you know? And he only used that joke after this because now it's the right time to use it, and now it's the right context for it,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, man. It fucking you hear these stories and you're like, fuck, man. I have a
Man,
long time to go.
the one that really kind of ruined me was finding your comedic voice.
Yeah, yeah. George Carlin, yeah,
Carlin understood how to make people laugh properly, like or who he was
on stage.
properly after like 50. After the age,
50.
yeah,
I thought
after like
15.
no,
Fuck,
no,
50.
after the age of 50. Yeah, yeah,
Age
yeah,
of 50. Ah, okay.
yeah,
I thought like after performing for 50 years, I'm like, fuck.
no, after the age of 50.
Yeah.
Another comedian who was saying it usually takes 10 to 15 years to find out who you are on stage.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
know?
this is the one I agree with you. Like, it takes like around I think 10 years just
Yeah,
be have enough material to like start, promoting yourself as a comedian.
yeah.
But
Well, no, I would think it takes less, like much less, but to hone it to,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
to
I think
make
by I mean like to do your first special, I think it's like
ah,
around 10 years or something. Yeah.
I've like you know what's so interesting? It's watch their special, like a special they had, for example, 5 years into comedy, and then watch another special they had 10 years into comedy.
Yeah, but like the people, well, now it's good because now everyone can get do YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
So now it's super easy. But like back then, I think it was harder to get your special on
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
TV,
The
like
Comedy
Comedy
Central,
Central. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
Now it's
all this.
super
Yeah, I
easy,
agree.
which again, I like because now everyone can do. Especially you don't like if people at like Netflix tell you, oh, we don't like you, we can easily market your special on yourself, like sell it yourself. Like for example, Andrew Schultz, like they say Netflix didn't give his special or like some other platform, and then he posted on his YouTube.
And it
But
blew up.
also it's bad because now anybody can. It's I think it also can ruin your well not ruin your career, but like people think they're gonna think they're ready before they are.
Yes, yes, but at the same time, it's so funny. Like, yeah, like maybe, maybe like what you mean is that after the special, let's say if it blows up, their skill level would go down of
Not
writing.
even skill, but like the special can be bad before
Yeah, and
before.
I'll tell you something. Um, this is I don't know. I forgot the comedian who did it, but he said like the same like thought that you have, like how like that special he should have waited on it.
Mm.
But later he started referencing it because he got an audience, and his audience already like he already knew that they watched that special
Special,
because of him doing like the open mics, not only open mic, sorry, because of him like working the set, working the hour,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he understood that oh, these people are coming for me. They already watched my stuff,
Mm-hmm.
so he would kind of like his audience. He found his audience, and his audience found him.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yes, it puts him in a small box, but he managed to make that box bigger. The metaphor, like
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, obviously, like I think you can like you put out one bad special, then you can learn from it. But also, I think I seen this. Maybe you can call her a comedian. I don't know.
yeah,
This like lady, she was like this hot ass cougar, by the way, like super hot,
uh-huh,
and she's doing comedy, and I'm like, it's too early. Like she was posting shorts on Instagram. She was promoting her 10 minutes. She said like, "Oh, you can buy my 10 minutes." And I'm like, "No, no, no,
ah,
it's super early." And I had OnlyFans. Like that's the only thing I was going to buy. But like I'm telling you, man, like I think like super early, like which I get you want to blow up like every I don't think anyone was doing this and doesn't want to do
yeah,
it full time. So
yeah,
like
yeah. Yeah,
Shortcuts are bad as well.
yes, yes. No, no, I agree that it's shortcuts are bad and you should like the right time, you know. But I think you only get this like I'm thankful to when we are doing comedy
Mm-hmm.
because we look at other people and see, oh, this is not what I want to do, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you become. But for us, for example, then it becomes when maybe if we postpone it too much, yeah, it's gone.
I was actually talking to one of my friends, Vanya Stepanov, super funny comedian. But yeah,
Yeah,
we were talking about it, and he was trying to convince me to like film like a 10-minute or something like that and start posting it because he's like, you have enough material that you've been sticking for a while. I'm still like kind of nervous because I, just now I've been realizing that some of my jokes I can add to it, and I think you know me, like I'm super bad at adding and building up on a bit. Like I'm really bad at that. But like recently, I've been finding like taglines, continuations to some bits. So now I'm just like too scared to even let go
oh
of a
yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah. I'll tell you how for me it was kind of an eye-opening experience from Ivan Yabitz, who
Mm-hmm.
he was like I think on the first открытый microphone on
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he was like in the semifinals, and he told me, I remember he told me to let go of your set. It's you have to push yourself, you know, you have to
Can you repeat because
uh,
you have to
push
what?
to push yourself.
Ah,
You
yeah.
have to push yourself to do it because for him, he's like, okay, how do I let go of a set? That's it. For me, this is enough now. So he doesn't later, I think there's a set that we actually workshopped it and it like became more of the old one, but he already did the old one. So now it's just a new part in it. Then,
Okay, yeah.
you know, so for him, it was like you do the 10 as Vanya Stepanov said, 10 minutes, you put it on video, and that's how you let go of it. And you have to force yourself to do it.
I mean, I remember I did this. So, well, I have this challenge for myself, which is like in the first time I was headlining the Punchline Festival, or
Yeah.
what was it called? Punchline or whatever festival it was
Okay.
called. I was like headlining the in English, our first show in English. And I was like, okay, like I had around like 20 minutes of material that I've built up through the years. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna film it and then I'm gonna drop it. Like not
Uh-huh.
use it until I'm like right, and then I'll start working on a new 20 minutes. And that's what I did. I mean, I would use it sometimes in like paid shows just to at the beginning when I didn't have like a strong 10
Yeah.
minutes. But yeah, but I think that's like the I don't think I think you can post like record it, but you don't have to post it. Just maybe wait on it
Oh,
a bit.
well, this is yeah, but then again, but that way, for example, you still it's still an anchor. Sorry,
Mm.
sorry.
Yeah, bless you, man.
Thank you. It's still an anchor,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to get that anchor out of the ocean. Well, pond, what the sea, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
To let your ship, boat, whatever, to let it like go. Because if it's there, it's something you can depend on. You will never let go of it. I know my experience from it. Like a strong joke I have,
Mm-hmm.
I will always go back to it, and it became annoying for me, the audience, the other
Mm-hmm.
comedians. You know, although like you know me, like I don't care much about what other comedians think. Although like, oh, if they give me any feedback, that's always welcome. But
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I still have this. No, I need to find a new one to make my anchor for a little bit. Then you know, that's the main problem.
Yeah.
But again, like I agree with you that you know what? Okay, let me rephrase it in a way. When do you think that a joke is finished?
That's a good question. So for me, it was always when I get a big laugh and I kind of finish the idea I had in mind. So let's
Uh-huh.
say I wanted to talk about uh, an ex-girlfriend breaking up with me.
Yeah.
I might have like at the beginning a throwaway joke about us being incompatible, but the joke is not finished until I make a joke about her breaking up with me, for example. Yeah.
Yeah. Like one thing I always like, you've seen this before, is when you always like when a comedian performs and you just ask yourself, and you want to ask them a question like, why did this happen? Continue the story.
Well, that's why I think I'm lucky in a bit because I'm not like a storyteller. I don't do stories, so no, I just say my opinion. Like, but like the biggest example I had this joke about weather apps and how they always say it's 20 degrees, but it feels like blah 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 blah. Like I had the joke and I had a good comparison to it, and it worked. And then like recently, I just realized it had like two good taglines to it, so I added those taglines. And now I'm just also still nervous to see if like there's more to it and I can't recognize it.
So you mean like the tagline opens a whole new different thing,
Well,
or the joke itself?
so like the joke. I say the joke. I say that like so the joke. I finish it the way I wrote it from the beginning, and then I start talking about me doing this joke at what's it called, like a casting for a TV
Uh-huh.
show,
Yeah,
and I talk about how it bombed because you can say it's a bit of a dark topic or not a TV appropriate topic.
yeah,
And I talk about how it bombed. And then this, I found a joke in here. And then I found a tagline for the second joke of it.
yeah.
So it's all one big joke, but it's two different parts. But now I'm just afraid there's a third part that I can't realize. It's just,
One thing I always noticed, and this is from like watching comedians, and after like I think you noticed this in yourself, is that like after doing comedy for like years, you
mm-hmm.
start analyzing jokes of comedians.
Oh, I do that, which I kind of hate actually.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
really,
You stop enjoying the
I was again was talking
right?
the same thing about with Vani Stepanov, a friend of mine. Uh, I was talking about him, man. Like, I hated. I don't know why, but like as soon as I started stand up, I started analyzing even like specials of comedians I really like.
Yes, yes,
Like,
yeah,
if I was doing this joke, I would have said that, and
yeah. No,
yeah.
I like it happens to me a lot, and then I don't know if I found a way. It just like became maybe a part of me. Is that I just okay when I want to watch Dave Attell,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I just go. There's no analyzing. I just want to watch it. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
like one of the like I was so happy to watch it was Adam Sandler's new special.
I wanted to check it out, man. I didn't check
And
it out.
for me, I wasn't thinking about like, oh, he could should have done this with his joke, blah blah. Oh, I'll
Mm-hmm.
now see the punchline. I was enjoying my time the whole time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I was enjoying the whole thing. Uh, and that's like how I found. But the thing is, so what I'm trying to say is, I figured out like when they're doing like Titus, I watched him a
Mm-hmm.
lot, and I analyzed it. Like first time I watch him, I'm just here to watch it, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And then maybe a second time, I start analyzing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed is what he does is it's the build up to the laughter. Like he has this rhythm of he
Mm-hmm.
builds up to an applause break.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment he gets the applause break, that's when it's finished. You
Yeah,
know?
but I he also like he has like again with Titus this is a story. Like the story has to have like a, I guess you can say, conclusion or whatever, you know?
Oh, no, what I'm talking about is sorry, because I watched a lot for him.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
what he does is one of like let's say a detail, it has more jokes. For example, that detail, it would be jokes that's not concerning the story,
Mm-mm-mm.
you know, and that's it. When he reaches the applause break or he reaches the big laugh, let's say, he
He
goes,
goes back to the story.
yes, he's
Yeah,
finished.
yeah,
Doesn't go more. Although he can,
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but he doesn't. He's like, this is it. Now I'll go back. You know, this is what
Mm-hmm.
I noticed. He's like, okay, that's it. When you reach that, and the moment that you stop telling yourself, the moment you reach the conclusion of the story, of the bit, of the topic for you,
Mm-hmm.
you say the weather apps, the weather, sorry, the
Yeah,
forecast
with the apps. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
is that when you reach like this, okay, this is it. This is closed, the whole bit,
Mm-hmm.
the 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute bit. That's it. I am, yeah, I can go more, but I reached the conclusion of this
That's yeah, what I wanted to say. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
weather app joke. And here's to the side.
Yeah, yeah,
This is
yeah.
something I was very fascinated by. Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree with you, yeah, in this sense, but and I also think that's why I think I'm a bit lucky that I'm not good at stories, and well, aside that I'm not good at, I just don't have a lot of cool stories, so I think it's just like in that sense that the way I do the observational again, I'm just giving you the observation and then I'm saying something funny. As soon as I'm done with the like there's nothing to add to it. Like, well, some, you can of course add to it, but
Yeah.
not necessarily. So yeah, that's why I feel like I'm a bit lucky in that sense.
Yeah, man. No, it's fun, but yeah, like I agree with Vani. Like like at one point you have to let go, basically.
Yeah, I agree. You know, well, I mean,
Mhm.
like right now, man, I've had I have a lot of ideas
Yeah.
and not a lot of time to write. So like
Ah,
every other week I would go there and I would try like a new 5 minutes. And like some jokes I see are working,
ah.
uh, but I just don't have the time. But I write them all down and I want to like polish them, edit them a bit. But yeah, it's,
I have a question for you. What's
mhm.
your writing process in a joke?
It's not necessarily the same thing. It's just like so I have this idea, like I'm listening to music or in the shower, just taking a shit, doing anything. I'm like thinking of something to say, and then I go like, oh, that can be funny. And then I write like a bullet point about the joke, like
Uh-huh.
what I want to discuss in this topic, and
Cool.
then I sit down and I see what I'm feeling this day, what I want feel like writing
Mm.
about, and see
So
which one talk like is yeah.
so like you write like in these bullet points, you mean you write angles for the joke?
Angles, what I want to talk about,
Uh-huh.
like, and sometimes I again it's kind of retarded the way I write because I'm the only one who can understand what I'm gonna
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
I can just maybe I'm not gonna pull it up, but I just remember because I saw it like either yesterday or this morning. I just had like one bullet point said Michael Jackson penis, and nobody knows the top. But I like obviously I know what the angle I had for it, which is like
Uh-huh.
I think it would be cool. Like I'm not gay, but I would want to see Michael Jackson's penis just because like after the bleaching and shit, like just it's just something
Yeah.
weird. Not in a gay, but yeah, I think I should be a bit more organized. Also, sometimes I have like those
Yeah. Yeah.
papers. Yeah, maybe you saw them.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are also jokes here, more notes, like so. Yeah, just like a
Mm.
weird process of
Uh,
fighting shit.
no, okay. No, it's very like it's very interesting and okay. And then like for example, you have the bullet point or like
Mm-hmm.
the idea, and then you start with what does is that it does it become its own like premise or is that like a punchline?
Well, sometimes it's the punchline.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's just the premise.
Okay.
Uh, well, if it's a punchline, if I find the punchline of the joke early, I think I'm just gonna like write the joke instantaneously, like
Uh-huh.
because then it's just the process of me building up to the punchline. The hard part is when I have the premise and I'm like, okay, but how can I make it funny? That's the hard part. But like when you have the punchline, I think it's super easy.
Uh, have you doing act outs or not?
One act out.
Oh, that's it.
I added after what 3 or 4 years of performing, just I have one
Uh,
act out. It's an old bit that didn't really work. It's about how babies have or not babies, but kids all every kid I see has a phone now. I think in
yeah,
a couple of years the women are gonna giving be giving birth to babies with phones, and
yeah.
the act out is just me saying, the baby's gonna be getting out and he's gonna filming a boomerang, and I just do this. not the best working joke yet, but we're playing around with it. We're seeing
Oh, okay.
where it's going. But yeah. What
Oh,
about you? You've been
I
writing a lot or
well, thanks to the reels, to
mm-hmm.
the reels, I've like, let's say out of 100, I have about maybe 20 to 30 ideas.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah,
nice.
and what I do is I like uh, like just focus on that idea,
Mm-hmm.
and I just talk to myself out loud. And the
Yeah,
moment
yeah.
and the moment I reach something, I instantly how do you call it?
Right, it, yeah.
Write it down. I instantly write down. But the one thing is I always think is okay, um, punchline. Then I will try my best to have a tag for it. And after the tag, I have to do an act out.
Mm-hmm.
Something I noticed in myself is my act outs are they're a huge part of my performance,
Mm-hmm.
you know, a huge part. Like I was watching like some videos because I lost so much when my old phone broke.
Ah, yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
so much, man. And so put stuff on the cloud, man. Believe me, the cloud is good. Just put, protect it with penis pictures, whatever. Just
Mm.
clean. Like so much I lost, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching and I noticed how much my act out is what's making the joke hit harder.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think
Yeah,
so. I never also realized it, but again, I've been telling you this. You're like, I think the only comedian who doesn't rely on one thing.
yeah,
Like, not the only comedian in the world, but
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean that I know personally.
yeah,
Like, you like to spice it up. Like, you have, we could say one-liners. You have some, what do you call like act outs?
yeah. Like for example, when the one liner is this is of course thanks to Titus's method of how I learned how to write. And like you and other comedians who I always ask like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you an example. A few days ago, I posted a reel on Instagram about Arabic countries explained in memes.
Yeah, 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 I saw that one.
How did that come up? I think I was watching Donald Trump,
Mm-hmm.
and it just instantly like there was a meme in my head, and I don't know how my brain connected Donald Trump to a meme, and then it instantly connected. And what if an Arab country is a meme? So that was funny for me. And then
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I started, oh my God, man. Do you know Djibouti is an Arabic country?
Did you know that Chad's official language is is Arabic?
No, actually.
I also didn't know that. I saw
So,
like there are those reels of like, hey, would you take $5 or like $5 questions or whatever the fuck?
uh-huh.
And apparently Chad is an Arabic speaking or like Chad's official language is Arabic. I never knew that. I knew
And
Djibouti was.
I actually did it, you know, and even Comoros in Arabic, it's just a little Comor.
I
Yeah,
never heard of.
I remember I had a friend back in university who was from there, and it never connected in my head that
Uh,
he's an Arab basically.
like you come up to him, you're like, your Arabic's really good, and you're like, and he's like, yeah, of course.
But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, and then when I saw that, I instantly went to Google and I started like Googling Arabic country memes, whatever, and I didn't find any. Of
Mm.
course, I only checked one page, but no, like I checked like about 100 or 100 something pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I was like checking where are the memes? Where there's no Arabic country memes,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's an outdated idea in a way now, like using memes and whatever. But what came out is then I started, okay, now I start connecting the Arabic country to the meme. Okay, which meme
Is
resembles the
this?
Arabic country, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I remember what I did is I like compiled a few and then I sent them to one, two, to three people. And I told them, what do you think about this? Why?
Mm-hmm.
First, they're not Arabs.
Mm-hmm.
Second, they have no like their culture is so much different. They didn't uh, they didn't know anything about Arabic countries. And I wanted to see, does this tell you what the country is
Mm-hmm.
just from this meme? And I made like maybe for I made like maybe 20, no, 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 maybe 15
Uh-huh.
memes, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. And I sent them and I got the feedback. This is funny, this is funny, this is funny. Like I understand this. This I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, okay. This Arabs would understand, or people from North Africa would understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this wouldn't. Then I made another meme, and someone told me this is exactly my country. I was like, oh, okay, so this is universal.
Mm. Got you.
The idea of the meme is that the economy is bad. Um, the main idea of the meme is that the economy is bad. Let's blame immigrants.
Ah, yeah.
You know,
French.
France, bad. That's like so many countries.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, the French they cannot blame immigrants because they're French, so they have to blame people inside. So
But actually, Matt, I want to just have you because I've been having problems with. Have you seen the memes that have been like popping up lately?
about
The fucking what's it called, like the brain rot, skibbity toilet stuff like that.
no idea.
I feel old because I'm not keeping up with
You
any of
don't
it and I
understand
don't
it, yeah?
understand. No,
Yeah,
man. Like I just literally now I just feel like my dad when I would show him some stuff and he wouldn't get it. Like,
yeah. Imagine if your father comes and he's like, "Hey, you watch this and you don't know this?"
well,
Oh,
the one like the problem is this. Maybe it's an old people thing to say, which I'm not old, but I feel
but
like the memes when I was younger were funnier.
well, funnier.
Like they made like what the fuck is this skibby? It just I get the
And you know
it's
what I think that
funny.
it's now alternative memes.
I'll turn oh maybe yeah. Like it just
You
but
know,
it's just I don't get it, man.
now
It's
too meta, man.
too meta. Yeah, I think so.
You know, and so yeah, so like after like I did those memes, I saw
Mm-hmm.
what people reacted to, especially like those three because they're like from three different parts of the world.
Mm.
I was very happy that, and I posted like maybe five or six about them. And here's the thing, in those, so we started from about, let's say, 22 Arabic countries to 15 memes,
Mm-hmm.
to 15 memes explaining to six memes. In those six memes, like there's one idea of a joke.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like now in the process of writing it.
Also, there's like a part two to it, yeah?
Oh, definitely. So,
Mm.
so my thing is that these reels helped me so much that they stopped being um, they're not just reels. They're actually ideas for jokes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
You know, and like that's like the whole thing of generating. It's just like, but the problem is like now, for example, I'll give you. It actually happened yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I shot a full like 1 minute about hecklers.
Uh-huh.
Full 1 minute. And it was so like profound and everything and how to deal with hecklers, blah blah, and
And
Jimmy,
then your
blah, blah,
cat
blah, blah.
jumps.
And I wish. And then I stopped in the middle of me recording and I went, wait a second,
Uh-huh.
I actually did this like
Ah.
2 months ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man.
And I go back and it's every word I just recorded.
Do you have maybe you should like have like I already did this, you know?
That's such a great suggestion. With my experience, I should have done that. I didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, so what I am going to do, which is so weird to say now,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like an IT-shnik. I'm gonna make like an Excel sheet.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah.
Never thought I would use Excel anywhere else in my outside from my
And
oh
I'm
man.
gonna like put like I already talked about this, I already talked about this, and
Mm-hmm.
I will go back. The thing here is why I don't want to do it. Because then I will start. closing myself.
Becoming like
Yeah,
demotivated, like
yeah, demotivated. Yes,
uh,
that's like a great way to describe it.
mm-hmm,
And and two, I will start thinking, did I make this? But so what I decided is, no, I will make what I want. The sad fit part is it will eat up time. You know,
mm-hmm.
not much, not much. I'm not gonna. It's not gonna eat up like 3, 4 hours. No, no, no.
How long does it take you to film one video? Because I know like the videos one, how many takes do you usually?
So about so some took me 5, some
Mm-hmm.
took me literally 50
Oh.
because they began. So they're like so my process of comedy is through experience. I get on stage, I fail, I learn from my failing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the same approach with these.
Mm-hmm.
No, I record them, then I rewatch them,
Mm-hmm.
and then literally I just go away. Yeah, I
Mm.
go away and I start like just talking, thinking about it. Yeah, I was like, oh, I should have said this. So when I say I should have said it, oh, okay, great. Now I go back to it and I just remove them.
Remove.
And in these reels, you can see the reels that I didn't do that, and they're for me, could have been better.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna post it like how it is. I have to like adhere to my own thing is that I have to post it. I don't care. Like one reel I posted, which was shaky cam and shit, and the following day I like did an apology. But and also what I would do is okay, yesterday the 100th reel,
Mm-hmm.
which was the reel from Natalia, which took too much time. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this took too much time, you know, from so Instagram will not post it. And it
Mm-hmm.
instantly hit me. Oh, also in stand-up, it's bad to take up too much time on stage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
connected those.
Man, let me tell you about taking too much time. I saw two people who I wanted to kill. Like
Kill lovingly, lovingly, not
lovingly, yeah, yeah, yeah. YouTube don't can't. Did you know that on YouTube, especially on shorts, you should say unalive, otherwise they like
Oh, really?
they won't give you like money, like or
Oh,
you're
okay,
gonna
well,
be
then
demonetized.
Omar, so that we get all the money and we split it between us.
Of course,
Please, when this point comes, just bleep it with
leave
analog.
it, yeah. But yeah, like one Indian guy first time doing it, he goes, uh, he did his 5 minutes. I flashed him, and he asked the audience, "Hey, do you want me to sing?" I started yelling out, "No!" Everyone said yes. I'm like, "Fuck." He starts singing. I'm like, "This is shit. It's not funny." Like maybe if it's a comedic song, I would have been okay, but no, no, not like just a
He was
random
actually
ass.
singing.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Fuck." Like this guy felt it was like as if it was his concert. I was like fucking flashing him like this, like fuck, get the fuck off. And he was just like he continued singing,
So
and
what did you do?
I'm like, man, I told I just like I don't remember. It's been a while. I think I just told him, man, that's enough. You can leave now. Second
Oh,
time,
well, yeah.
huh?
There's a
No,
second
no,
time.
no. Second time is a different guy.
Oh, okay.
So the
So,
second time I wasn't even hosting. It was a fellow North American
okay.
from the great state of Canada, the state.
Shout out
Shout
to
out,
Noah.
he knows who he is. But yeah, no, thank you for the microphones, by the way. You're an amazing guy. But yeah, like yeah, he flashed the guy. The guy didn't see him. I'm like, okay, he's a professional host, been like hosting for years now.
Yeah.
He's gonna deal with it. I'm just watching. Then a fellow American, shout out
Uh-huh.
to Texas, Texas,
Yo,
Texas.
Texas. Yeah. Yo,
Thank-
Georgia
yeah,
Bush. Yeah.
yeah. She starts flashing him as well. The guy can't see any of that. And then a fellow Russian, shout out to Tori, starts flashing him as well. And I'm like, are you guys really for sure? And I was like, okay, I let me watch them for a bit. See if any of them is gonna do what I wanted to do. Nobody, like, I gave them maybe like, I don't know, maybe a minute, 30 seconds. Then nobody did, and I just started yelling, "Man, this is not your fucking Netflix special. Your time is up." And he just like,
And now Omar has a hater.
ah,
You
man, never performed. This guy never performed to this again. No, no, but
know,
he didn't know that I was the one yelling at him. So
oh,
yeah,
cool. Yeah, from
yeah.
under the table.
I was in the shadows.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, because your voice is totally not recognizable. Yeah.
probably. Yeah, maybe he recognized
I
my
mean,
voice.
funny if you do it like in a Batman way, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Off the stage. Yeah.
It's not your Netflix special. This is Hulu, motherfucker. Yeah.
One thing I remember when is it's a sad thing to do is get closer and closer to the stage,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they will like, duh, and you're like, yeah, 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 get off. It's so the flash. This is why I do the 1 minute flash. Then on the 30 seconds, I just start walking closer,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
No, no, that's what
and
actually the Nero did. Actually, like
yeah,
he walked closer. He walked closer, flashing him the whole time. Guy,
bro,
the guy Nero was literally in front of the stage, but on the right side,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
right? Flashing him. Guy could. It's like when you think to yourself, he sees me, but he's ignoring my.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
when you walk, and there's a guy who you owe money walks next to you, and you're like, okay, I'm legally blind today, something.
That's why I'm in my house for the past 3 months. You
Man,
know,
it felt like that. Like, it's not like he
it's
saw him, but he's just ignoring
yeah.
him.
You either like that. No, you come close and you say 20 seconds.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, you have to like. There was once. This happened to a comedian, a good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it was such a for him. It was very embarrassing. Is that he took too much time, and the host came on stage, and he called. It's like school kids, and he called him back to the stage,
Mm,
and he told him, "You just did this amount of minutes. You just took 1 minute out of every other comedian."
yeah.
Yeah, and well, it's comedy. Like in stand-up, sorry to say this, but you have to eat shit.
I actually, to be honest, I agree with what the host did in the sense, like, but I think he should have maybe done it in a funnier way. Like, cause
Oh, yeah, 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 yes, yes.
that's my. I also like. I remember also a fellow comedian who's hopefully gonna be on this podcast with us as our guest, Kirill Varonin. I remember watching him one time. I forgot the name of the comedian. This comedian, Armenian comedian, super unique, and does more. And then Voronin, he did like literally the same thing. He goes, "Hey man, do you understand the concept of 5 minutes?" But Voronin did it in a funny way.
Yeah,
Like it was good. Like it was funny. Like and blah blah blah. Like he was
yeah,
just shitting on him for not understanding what 5 minutes mean.
yeah,
So
but
yeah,
the joke form. That one
yeah,
was too direct.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it
yeah.
was like, in the army, if you mess up, everybody has to do 50 push-ups.
Yeah. Oh man, I hate this
So
shit.
everybody hates it. It's like
Mm.
he just made sure that all the other comedians just look at that comedian like, you just took 1 minute off of everybody. But
Yeah,
it's
but also, I think some of the comedians wouldn't care. Like, fuck, just 4 minutes. Let's see
no, no,
how.
no, no. It's the concept of it, the idea of yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not the other comedians because the other comedians would have done the same.
yeah.
But they all finished 1 second before the flash of the thing. So
Yeah.
so no, yeah. So like that is like the process of how I connect things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like from the reels, an idea comes up. Oh, this might be a punchline. Oh, wait, this might be a premise. Oh, there's more here I can like expand on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully on Monday, I will perform. I might do it half and half,
Mm-hmm.
half Arabic and half British.
Well, by the
Yeah.
time this is out, you probably had your comeback to stage
Oh
finally.
yeah, man. Oh man. I have to. Although the reels for me, the reels are kind of a stage. Like right now, I had an idea of performing in front of myself. It's literally COVID, believe. Okay.
Yeah, man. Jordan, if you don't know people, fun fact, Jordan is 20 years behind us. Yeah, just they still actually, I mean, just any Arab country, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
Oh man, imagine like what was 20 years before? 2004, what happened? That was after the Iraq,
I was
the
two.
invasion.
That's I was
No?
literally two, so it's just best time of my life, honestly. Just
Yeah,
I don't remember anything when I was two, man. Is it when do you start remembering shit?
maybe with trauma, you will remember it.
I don't like I think I would say like my first maybe vivid memory is probably when I was like 5. I just remember the day where I had like the kindergarten or like some pre-kindergarten some classes that my grandma would take me to because she would like have some stuff to do, so she would
Yeah.
take me and then pick me up later. And I just remember coming back home, I had like a Cocoa Puffs
Uh-huh.
uh backpack. I just remember throwing it and like sitting on a pillow that was on the ground, turning on the TV and just like jumping on the pillow and hitting my head. Like I think that's
Wait, how low was the roof? What the fuck?
no, no, it's like literally a
What are
pillow
you,
on
a
the ground.
munchkin?
Like it's a pillow on the ground, and I just jump and I bunked my head on
And
the
that's Omar's comedy career just started.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's like literally the first thing I remember.
Oh man.
Like, or not the first, but like the oldest thing I remember in my
Yeah.
life. What
So
would be yours?
how are my memory of being young was I remember we had this was in Kuwait. I remember my
Oh,
father brought a computer.
uh-huh.
It was Windows -3.
Oh,
No? I remember the DOS, like the commands. I was like
mm.
fascinated by that.
Oh, like you had to type in the commands, yeah?
Yeah, but I
Oh,
was what, like 3 or 4? I just remember just sitting there watching him.
just looked cool, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know. And right after it, I remember like the Iraq, like when the Iraq War happened. Yes, yes, right, like the Iraq
You
invasion,
just
and we
press
had
enter and then the war starts.
basically, and we went to Russia
Uh-huh.
for 2 months. I remember that, and you know what? I will never forget. So when we were walking, there were lighters with naked women on them.
Okay. That's
That's what I
cool.
remember. That's great. I was like, ah, you were a deviant since 5 years old.
And that the Naked Women Lighters was in Russia, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know. You reminded me like this story that Louis C.K. has about Russia.
yeah. Oh,
Man, he has I don't know why, but like there's this funny bit that he says, which is it's super funny. I don't know why it's so funny, but he goes like, I was in Russia, I was in the metro, and I saw this guy. He go he something happened to his shoe. It either ripped or something, and he goes to a kid, and the kid like he says something in Russian, and the kid just gives him glue, and like the way he describes the kid giving him glue is super funny. Like he says he just takes it out like instantly. Like, he didn't look in his pocket, like, and it's super. Man, I should send you the video. It's super
yeah,
famous. Yeah, I'll send you. Super fucking funny. Like,
but- oh, so we're
yeah,
back, blowing off steam.
we are back, people. Yeah, let's see. We had some stuff to apologize for. Sorry for the weird schedule. We've been having some trouble
Yeah,
with the editing software. Hopefully now it's gonna be way easier because now we won't edit at all.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
maybe like some stuff here and there. But we are back. Also, we're planning on making an Instagram Shorts page, so
yeah,
stay updated for that. Hopefully, by when this video is out, so next Monday, it will be already
yeah.
up for. So it's gonna be in the description. What else?
We
Stay
will
tuned.
have
Mhm.
hopefully because the world is much smaller due to globalization and the Illuminati. So
Mhm.
we will have hopefully guests from all over the world who
Yeah,
once
yeah.
they agree, once they find time, a lot of them like they a lot of them really like they want to, you know. And I noticed like how some of them are busy, but we will have like many guests from all over the world. Um,
I also know like some of people who did our older episodes, like Arkady, Nikolai,
oh man,
Mefodiev, like the three most Ignat also is like are my favorite episodes. All of them that they had so much fun on the podcast. So maybe they're gonna hopefully
yeah,
do another episode with us again.
we'll see, we'll
We'll
see,
see. Yeah,
and you know, look forward to what's coming next.
yeah. People, please
You know,
follow Abed on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Everything is in the description. My name was Omar Hafnawi.
Abed Owaisi. Thank you so much, guys, for watching.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.